All right, let's jump in here. Magic of electronics. Everybody's jumping on here right now. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Jesse. What's up, Bill? Hello, Dana. Darling. PJ. Tess, how we doing? Just wanted to jump on here a little bit before this line of storms gets in here. As of right now, we are just under a severe thunderstorm watch, but the further south you go. Hello, Denise. The storms are really. What's up, Jesse? Hello, Camille. Kenneth. These storms are really powerful. Hello, Ann. Hello, Carolyn. Really powerful the further south you go in the country right now. And if you look at radar, the line runs all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. And I've got the Weather Channel up here. And I just watched radar on my phone, but there was tornadoes. There was tornadoes in Kentucky a little bit ago, Tennessee, and now just west of New Orleans in that area. Hopefully we won't get anything that bad. These are just slow moving right now. But they did put us underneath the severe thunderstorm watch till 1 a.m. Most of south central Indiana is. Hello, Kelly. So hopefully we'll dodge the bullet once again and get out of it. The tornado in Kentucky wasn't far from areas that have been hit by just stupid weather over the last 6 to 8 months. Hello, Wendy. So prayers to all the people down there that the Mayfield area has been hit by tornadoes, like 3 massive winter storms, which they don't get that stuff down there as much. Then flooding, then winter storm again, and then now they're getting hammered close to that area today. I'm trying to keep up with my phone here, and there, so bear with me if I miss something. But Weather Channel's getting ready to. It is gusty outside. And they're calling for rain and storms all the way till 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning, if not longer. Yeah. As I'm drinking coffee. Yeah, 3 a.m. it's still storming, it's saying. Here. All the way to 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Lovely. Give or take. At 45% at 6 a.m. Much cooler tomorrow, 48 and 34. Typical spring day in the Midwest. Temperature skyrockets during the day, windy, warm, and then the bottom drops out. Storms roll through. We cool off. We begin the cycle towards summer. Yep. Severe thunderstorm watch from till 1 a.m. Tennessee has fires again. I know it, Wendy. Tony, I think we're going to get it, but just depending, who knows how bad. I mean, they don't look, the storms west of us don't look super bad yet, but, who knows? It could only take a couple things I want to get to before we keep going with weather. I'm trying to keep an eye on that, but the Abram Polly, the young boy that's going to the National Spelling Bee, he has a GoFundMe, and he's short quite a bit of money right now. So if there's any way, I don't know if Corey or Beth are on, but if we can tag that GoFundMe account on here. Oh, Christine. But if not, if you get a chance, slide over there and donate him a few bucks and see if we can't get him closer. Yeah, charge your phones. Good call. Tornado watches, active tornado warnings in, let's see. There must be pretty much everywhere south of us along that line. That's insane. If you're not watching the Weather Channel right now, go to it. southern Indiana, western Kentucky, central Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama, all the way down to Mobile, and then those must be severe thunderstorms, and then New Orleans itself. Craziness. What's up, Scotty? Hello, Jeff. Scotty Manley, how you doing? Just kind of watching the storms tonight. Typical spring day in central Indiana. Temperature shoots up. And then when the front moves through, this is the junk we have to deal with. They're getting hammered down the southern parts of the country. Actually, just south of us all the way to the New Orleans. Craziness. As I said, if you get a chance, go over to Abram Pauly's GoFundMe. Look him up. He's going to Washington, D.C. for the spelling bee. And he's trying to raise enough money so you can go there and have a good time. Hello, Lisa. How are you? And if you get a chance to donate to help that young man out, please do so. Tornado warning in Bay Springs, Mississippi. And Montrose, Taylorsville, Heidelberg. And they're getting it big time. McGee. What's up, Jeff Jesse? How we doing? And they move up and they go to Columbus, Mississippi, Tupelo, Mississippi. They're all getting hammered right now. Hamilton's getting ready to get it. Tough day. Massive cold front coming through. Hello, Ann. Jackson, Mississippi getting it right now. Oh, it looks like it went through there already. Savannah. Now we're up into Tennessee. Jackson, Tennessee is also getting hit hard. So it's pretty much south of us, from us south, bad weather. Jackson, Tennessee got hit pretty hard. This looks like it's right on I-40, right in that area. For those of you that run down to Tennessee. I turned the TV up, but some of it is just like right now. They're standing outside of home with trees down in Jackson, Mississippi. That's very unfortunate and sad that stuff like this happens. But other than that, we just kind of waited out, fingers crossed. It was a beautiful day, windy, but a beautiful day. We need about 60 to 70 of those in a row. A big old tree right out some older homes. This is in Jackson, Mississippi. Took it right out of the yard. Wowzer. What's up, Mike? Took it right out of their front yard. Wasn't it, though? Power lines down. It's more like straight line winds. I'm no TV guy, though. I'm no biologist. I can't tell you. Yeah, severe thunderstorm watch for Johnson and Morgan counties until 1 a.m. Central Indiana. Everywhere south of us in the state is under the same watch. They go to commercial. Didn't even give me a cue. They were going to commercial. How dare them. What's up, Mr. Williams? You're trying to get our site shut down, aren't you? Because they'll see that and they'll be like, We don't like that stuff. So we try to behave so we don't get in trouble. Good to hear, Mike. Glad you're all right. Line of storms moving our way. As of right now, we are under a severe thunderstorm watch, which pretty much just means the ingredients are likely for strong to severe storms. But as of right now, that is all we got. Hello, Teresa. Teresa, did you get your situation straightened up from Florida? I saw that, and Doug Jacobs. Any news about Lounge Boom today? I've read that. I've got family that lives over that way where they think it kind of originated, and after talking to a couple people that way, one of two things: probably originated in Atterbury, and if they blew something up, then you're never going to hear about it, or it was a sonic boom. Now, maybe something took off from that airport over there that fired them up and let it rip, but who knows? I think it woke my daughter up that lives over that way. They heard it on. They felt it. My one daughter at IU felt it. The one that lives over at Sweetwater felt it. I did not. Sonic boom theory. Leaning towards that a little bit. I would be curious if there was something coming out of Atterbury that could have produced that, break the sound barrier, but thus far nobody stepped forward. Either that, or I said some good old boys out in the wood with tannerite, probably. But you never know. What's up, Shane? Hello, Jeannie. Shane, you're trying to get us shut down. We can't talk that way. What's up, Brett? So yes, storms to the west of us. Last time I checked radar, they weren't. Yeah, Atterbury says it wasn't, and I could say, of course it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. If it was, they probably wouldn't say anything about it right off the bat. Turns out you can't get a name of an inmate even when the money in their account is stolen from mine, and over $200 spent at Chick-fil-A. How do you spend $200? I can see me spend $200 at Chick-fil-A. Especially when it's not my money. Laughing about it, but I feel bad for you, Teresa. That happened to me 3 years ago, Christmas. I helped someone purchase $500 of merchandise from a store in a mall in Chicago. And luckily my card shut off unfortunately, right at the end of the first transaction. As they were trying to next register over, they were trying to buy another $350. Hello, Shelby. So hopefully you'll get that back. Big line of storms. Everywhere south of us is under a watch or a warning all the way to the Gulf. And lots of tornado warnings popping up along the front. Hopefully we won't see anything like that. Now there are some heavier storms in down there at the very southern tip of Indiana. Hopefully they'll stay down that way and the bad stuff won't move into our area. Gift cards, yeah. That sucks, people are that way. I feel bad for you. Hopefully you get it back. My bank did a little investigation and got it back to me pretty quick. Thankfully it was home bank here in town. What was funny is they monitor, I was at work and I had stopped for breakfast, I think, up in Canby. And then I ran to the gas station, I think at lunch. And then like 2 hours later, less than 2 hours later, I was spending $500 in Chicago. And they're like, they couldn't see that happening. So they shut it off and contact. Good, home bank's taking care of it. Good deal. Good deal. They're pretty good about that. The boom was in skyrocketing. Now that is probably 100% correct, Shane. That is probably 100% correct. Man, just a wall of storms all day marching across the country from Texas all the way to Canada. And now we're next in line. Craziness. Springtime weather, though. Instacart did. Wow. Well, at least I don't think he hits that hard. What's up, Rich? I'm glad somebody caught it, Teresa. Oh, now they're up in our area. All right. Severe storms near Evansville, south of Evansville. They just popped up another severe storm just north of, looks like the Vincennes area. Then they zoomed away, of course. There's one of their tornado warnings down by Jackson, east of Jackson. Hello, Jonah. Springtime storms. Yep, plug your phones in. That's all I have. I didn't have anything else to come on for. I wanted to talk about Abram Polly, the young boy going to D.C. Find his GoFundMe if, like I said, if Corey or Beth are on, and you guys tag that in the group. He's short cash. He's wanting to go to D.C. for the National Spelling Bee. He made it. They're wanting to take X amount of dollars. He's short to his goal. I told him that we would do what we can to help him out as far as bringing awareness to it. And if everybody would go on there and donate a few bucks, maybe we can help that young man reach his goal and get to DC and have a good time. That's a once in a lifetime thing. Kudos to him for winning the spelling bee in the regionals and advancing to the nationals in DC. That's pretty cool. We had him on air a few weeks ago. Well, let me check our little radar, our local radar here. Jump off here. Hello, Wendell. Jump off here and see what we got. They're still a little ways out there from us. They're just slow movers, that's for sure. They're racing across the south, but they're dragging up north. Man, that's a lot of heavy rain and lots of storms between us and when it quits. So the heavier the parts of the storms are just crossing the state line south of Terre Haute to our due west, and it's a pretty good area of heavy duty storms. We are right on the edge of the green, and that little bit of green runs all the way back to St. Louis. So once it starts, it's gonna go for a while. But we're still a little bit of ways from anything major, it looks like. Let me see if I can get that on my phone, Tracy. What about the Red Barn? They are covered. Everything was accounted for. They got enough given to them to cover, the needed repairs on the window. But thank you. I lost it. Which is just amazing. Once again, the community people ask, and the community steps up, and in less than a day, I think they got over $1,100 or whatever it is that was needed to repair that massive window that some jerk decided to break. Supposed to be here by 9. Where are we at time? So about an hour. Yeah, that's what it looked like, Alan. Thank you, sir. They got something called Torcon, like a tornado registry with, I would say 10 would be the worst. Lots of parts in Alabama and Mississippi in the 7s. I want to come, look. I don't want to hear it. I love the sound. I agree with Teresa. I've been at work all day. And when I put my glasses up like that, it don't matter. I don't put gel in my hair during a normal day. I don't spike it up and look all spiffy. It's because you're down there on the beach, probably 80 degrees right now. You're probably fishing. Probably the most thing you got on is a pair of shorts. I don't want to hear it. It is thundering. Where are you at, Alyssa? Hello, Jordan. Alyssa, where are you living at and where it's thundering? Are you close to town or outside of town? West of town? What's up, Hoskins? Do I own a comb? As a matter of fact, I do not. I need it cut again, as a matter of fact. I'm probably going to be getting it cut. Hey, Grandpa. I'm not a grandpa. Spitting rain. Thank you, Jeremy, and congratulations on winning the trivia the other night on Monday Music Hour. Jeremy answered the correct question and has we will get this to you, Jeremy. $25 gift card here in studio for him to Gather Round Barbecue. Thank you so much to Kevin Green and Gather Round for being the sponsor of this week's trivia question. West Washington Street. Oh, okay. So just on the other end of town. My air is out right now. It won't be fixed till tomorrow. Oh, you poor thing. Shorts and no shirt. You poor thing. I feel so bad for you that your air is out down in Florida. Just hating it for you right now. Hello, Teresa. You could probably walk out your door and walk over and jump in the ocean and cool off pretty quick. You too, dear. Be safe. Fire. What's up, Mr. McKee? Oh, thank you, sir. 909 East Columbus. I'll message you tomorrow evening when I get home from work, and maybe you can swing by here and pick it up. Just got out of the pool. Listen to him. How you doing, Bruce? Gee, no, I don't think he would. I think he's too busy poolside, and he's gonna stay in that pool as long as he can because it's gonna be hot inside. And he's gonna be like, I'm not going in. I'm gonna stay in the pool all night. He'll be pruning up inside that pool. Oh. Designing new T-shirts, preparing for the 500th Taps on the Square, and adding 5 more MIAs to our page. The man never quits working. I'm telling you. You're an amazing human being, sir. And God bless you for what you do. Yeah, just give me the numbers. That's this Friday night, 7. A little bit before 7 on the Square, if anybody doesn't know. Taps on the Square. All sorts of mess. Wait a minute. 867. That's my old girlfriend Jenny, I believe. July 22nd. July 26th to 500th, but every Friday night, Taps on the Square, just a little bit before 7. If you've not seen it, go down there and watch Bruce and his fellow heroes honor those that have fallen. It is very moving, and it's just a magical thing they do. Great respect and honor to those that have moved on. But Bruce is an amazing person. Jerry and Bruce and all of them that are involved down there. It's incredible to see. Where are we at? We're at Atlanta. We got a picture of Atlanta. And then it's not storming there yet. G, you guys getting ready to get any storms? Or are you south of where it's going to come sliding through? Yeah, it's just west of Atlanta, the line is. Or maybe not, maybe. Well, that's a future. Then it's going to go through there about 4 a.m. Ugh. Nothing worse than that. 2, 3, and 4 a.m. thunderstorms rolling through. Oh, I agree, Teresa. Hello, Jeff. 100%. Yes, and you know what? I need to message her because she sent me a message. They moved. I think they moved again. And she messaged me, and I was at work, and it was one of those. I hate clicking on them at work and not being able to answer, and then clicked off of it real quick and told myself, "Hello, Jeff. How you doing, sir? I'll get back to it." And I'm glad you said that, Wendy, because I know I did not reply to her. So I must do that. I'm gonna write myself a note because being rude like that. And believe me, if I've done it to you, it's not out of. I get busy and I'm old and I forget. Look at it on a day-to-day basis. There you go. Wow. Bragging dad moment. Our youngest was promoted to staff sergeant today, 18th to serve in our family since the Revolutionary War. Generations of his family has protected our way of life and freedoms, and that is phenomenal, Bruce. Yeah, that's where she had said she had moved, or I knew she had moved. I thought maybe there's another tornado warning for just southeast of Tupelo, between Tupelo and Hamilton, Mississippi. They're getting hammered down there. Fulton, Smithville. Wow. Hello, Tina. Yeah, that's what I thought she had said, or I knew they were in there. Gotta message her. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man, that he does that. Colton, we did a little bit. I one of my daughters lives over at Sweetwater, one at IU. They both felt it. After talking to a few buddies of mine over there and some other people, my assumption is one of two things: it came out of Atterbury, or it was a sonic boom from Atterbury. Now I don't know if they had any jets over there that could kick it into high gear. Hang on one second. I'm live. Hang on. Let me put you on speaker. Go ahead, caller. Porch time.
Hey, Kevin, this is Widow Spud.
What's up, Whittle Spud? How's the weather?
The weather's gonna be great.
You may need to look at the radar.
Oops, looks like it's gonna rain.
So it's gonna be great, but it's gonna rain.
Yes, it helps the gardens grow.
How's your pumpkin patch?
Not looking good.
All right. All right, little Spud. Anything else you want to say?
Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, little Spud. Little Spud with the weather, calling in from the west side of town. Hello, Jeff. What's up, Kagan? There's JB. I'm thinking more on the lines of a sonic boom. Crane, they said no. Well, of course, Atterbury said that. This way I looked at that. I don't know if they got anything that can take off and create that out of Atterbury. Maybe something was down there. I don't know. Who knows? It could have been. Crane's too far south from where it was all. It may have been. You know what? Who knows? It may have been some good old boys in the woods with tannerite too. Go ahead and put 50 pounds in there. It won't make a big boom. Who knows? But if it was out of Atterbury and it was somebody slipping up, I'm doing good, sir. How are you? You may not hear anything about it for 6 months, especially if nothing was damaged. But I don't know if Atterbury has anything that can create the sonic boom sound barrier. But who knows what could have been flying in and out of there right now. They're very busy over that way. Hard to say. Could have been anything. But yeah, lots of folks. My one daughter at IU felt it at her apartment, and then Logan felt it down at Hello Frida down in Sweetwater. So it certainly rattled some windows and made some people nervous. I'm doing all right. I'm hoping we just get a few mild storms roll through, dump some rain on us, and get out of here without doing the damage like it's doing many counties and cities south of us, all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Aliens, exactly. You heard it in Columbus. Yeah, I'm thinking it was more over that way. Atterbury, Trafalgar. Ammunition depot on fire, been on fire since yesterday. Thank you, Jeff. I had heard something about that, but from only one other source, and you gotta wait for. It was probably big enough to register from the sounds of it. Now, is that over at Atterbury, Jeff? Kagan, I agree. Are you talking the ammunition depot at Atterbury? .5 would been a pretty major earthquake. 4.5. 6.5 is a pretty doozy. I know some boys down in Paragon that could probably create that kind of explosion with right amount of tannerite. Thank you, Jeff. All right. Weather Channel's back from commercial. Oh, here we go. Hello, Shelly. Storms are going to be north of you. Good to go. Look at your radar a day early. Day in advance. Tornado warning north of New Orleans, just a little bit. Yeah, Atterbury's going to say that, even if it 100% was them. I don't either, buddy. I just shooting in the dark on that one. How you doing, Shelly? I'm just shooting in the dark on that one, Colton. That's what I'm saying. It could have been anything. It could have been a sonic boom. There's the depot fire for sure. That's the second person that I've heard announce that. Could have been boys out in the woods with tannerite. You never know. You got about Paogi and Trafalgar down there. There's a lot of wooded areas and a lot of yahoos running around having fun. I'm watching the Weather Channel on the big screen, and every now and then, probably not windy, probably not anytime soon. Watching the Weather Channel here, and then I'll check the radar on my phone every now and then. There are 2 tornado warnings right now in Mississippi and Louisiana. I believe that's what it's saying. There's the storms south of us, severe storms down in Evansville. Looks like the Vincennes area. Yeah, just active watches and warnings all the way down south of us, all the way to New Orleans. Crazy. Wow. Hello, Brian. We need a storm central here. I want to buy like 4 more monitors and do our own weather. And then when nights like this pop up, we can have our little weather guy in here, and he'd be like all over the place with it. We can make that happen. I just need a weather guy that wants to come be a porch time weather guy, an actual weather guy. That'd be fun. We'd set up an area for him. Raining in Ellettsville. Thank you, Doug. Tuscaloosa. Getting ready to get hammered, it looks like. Not much, just checking in before these storms move through. We are on a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 a.m. Lots of horrible storms south of us. Only if I do it in my swim trunks. Why is it always got to be that, man? It's because you're laying by the poolside right now. Hello, Shelly. Lots of dangerous storms south of us, some to the west of us. Porch time weatherman, exactly. And it's just a massive line of storms that runs all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. Get a high school student studying meteorology. That might be something we can look into. We do that scholarship. That's what our golf outing is for, that you know very much about, and that you went to last year, sponsored, and going to do it again this year. We might look into that. Hey, intern here. I'd have to buy like another setup, another couple computers. We have to get him taken care of. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to have our own little porch time weather guy. What's up, Josh? Nothing against anybody else that does weather in central Indiana. I just sometimes I push away from own personal opinion on some of the stuff that goes on. So I just rather have our own guy. Rather have somebody we know. There's a guy I follow on TikTok, and if I could figure out how to patch him through to, I can share it to Facebook, but I can't put it to the group. I could probably put it on there and then share it to the group, but he's a pretty good dude. How you doing, Bill? Again, no severe weather warnings in our area right now. We are under severe thunderstorm watch till 1 a.m. There is a line of storms to our west getting closer by the minute. I would say the meat of it, as Alan said a little bit ago, around 9 o'clock. Going to be cooler tomorrow. Good for the mushrooms. There you go. Spud, the weather bud, right? A little Spud could do it. Power outages USA. Mississippi, 43,000. Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, 26, 26, 23, and 10. Kentucky, man, they have just been hammered down there. It might be something we look into, Kagan. I wish we could do this 24/7. I wish we could stream minus a few hours. We take breaks during the day, but I wish we could do stuff like this all day long. Different kind of things to discuss, including weather, events. Brings in the bats. Bill, I really don't need to hear that tonight, bud. I appreciate that. I don't need that. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. Now, my door's open to the rest of the house, and if that critter comes flying in here, I'm going to probably have to... Hello, Deb. I'll probably have to change my shorts. Let's hope that doesn't happen, Bill. Well, so far we're doing okay. But the heavier storms are just off to our west still. Bill knows my lack of love for bats. I'm sure many on here do. It's nice, a little Spud to call in. I don't know if anybody else's allergies have been insane the last few days. Hey, as I said earlier, if you get a chance, go to Abram Polly's site. Go to his GoFundMe. He's a young man representing our community at the National Spelling Bee in D.C. He's trying to raise a decent amount of money so he can go there and enjoy himself and have a good time. He's a little short right now. If you get a chance, donate some cash to his GoFundMe and help him out. Bill, you're going to be my first call. Oh, wait a minute. Quick question for you. How's the new cigar place there in town? I'd be... G, get a homie. Yeah. I'm not a big... I'm not a smoker. I don't have to smoke if I'm with the fellas and I'm playing cards and I want to smoke a cigar, I can stop at the gas station and get a $5 pack of Swisher Sweets. And that's the most cigars I'm going to smoke in the next 10 years. That's probably how long it's been. But the atmosphere is everything you expect. You're going to smell like cigar smoke, but it's a beautiful building. It's a social event. So if you're a cigar smoker, a social drinker, and want to hang out, go check it out. Because it is an awesome, awesome venue. I give it that. I went there with Corey loves it. Corey's a cigar smoker. I went there with Corey a couple weeks ago. And it is it's a cigar smoker's dream because they have done it right. And they do have a full stock bar. Gee, and I was sampling their wares there for a little bit. All right, here's the tornado talk. Looks like right on the border of Mississippi, Alabama, Armory, Mississippi. 2 different warnings. Aberdeen, just getting ready to cross into Alabama. Yeah, when you're in town, get a hold of me. Make sure you got more than shorts on though, because I'm not playing that. I'm not taking you down to the bar with whatever you got on right now. We're not doing that. Right. Man, just some nasty weather. Prayers, everybody getting hit down there. That is crazy. All right, y'all. How long have I been on here, G? 47 minutes. Dude's shoes. I don't even like wearing shoes anymore. If I can't just slip-ons, if I can't slip them on, I don't even want to wear them. I'm about one more cold winter away from going, you know what, I'm finding a place in South Alabama, North Florida. Then I'm camping out. Probably not far from where they're at right now. It'll be porch time in northern Florida, South Alabama. I have to have me a big basement down there. They're gonna learn to build basements if I move down there. Hey, dudes, all the way. Carolinas would be better. I do like South Carolina. Buy some dude shoes. Are they slip-ons, G? I have to Google them. I'm not hip like that. Are they dad shoes? You know what I mean? I do like South Carolina. I would. There's some damage there. Charles Peak, Mississippi. It does. It still can get cold in the Carolinas. Well, down where you're at, it can get cold. But I mean, I can live with cold. I don't like it when we get that. You start talking wind chills, and it's below 20 degrees, 20 below zero, and 10 below. That stuff's for the birds. I hate that. I'm dying on air tonight. My sinuses are just draining. Slip-ons. There you go, Colton. That's exactly. If those Hey Dudes are them, I will check them out. South Florida is where it's at. That's like 95 degrees in the shade. Well, at least I got a place. That's true, Bill. That is 100% true. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I am a sucker for each season, though. There are things about winter. That's all I wear. I have to check them out, Colton and G. I do like the fall, the spring, the summer, the winter. Some about all of it, but I hate the worst is we start getting in the wind chills and the below 20s. And what was it, about minus 45 wind chill 2-3 years ago? No, I'm over that. Every bone in my body hurt that day. Back when I was younger, it didn't bother me. But man, you get older, days like that, you sound like snap, crackle, pop when you move. I'll have to check them out. Hey, dudes. Hey, dudes. What I got left? Dude, what? These are things right up my alley. Get you some no-show socks and slip them on over the sole inside. You don't even have to wear socks ever again. Well, that's yeah. That is old guy. That's speaking old guy terms there, dude. Bruce, that's isn't that the God's truth right there, buddy? That is oh so true. Oh so true. I'd do it again though. 100%. Was that we took an oath that never expires? Phraseology. Creepy silent outside right now. Creepy silent outside is a lot better than creepy silent inside. Gee, I'm gonna have to check those out. My light's flickering. I got about an hour in, so I can call it a night and give you fine folks a break here in a couple minutes. Arthritis, right? I hear you, Mike. What's up, Donnie? Typical spring storm evening, hot during the day, windy, front blows through, and this is the kind of weather we get. Bill, you too? Gee, stay out of that pool, you'll prune up. You gotta wait 2 hours till after dinner. Bill, you be safe. What if Tom's on? Tom's out in Colorado, or out in the Rocky Mountains, and he sent me a photo the other day on air. It was just unbelievable. He's a buddy of mine from Indianapolis. He's out there vacationing, and that was a phenomenal pic. And I was thinking, G had sent me some fish pics and ocean pics the other day. So jealous. All right, one last look at when the Weather Channel comes back up. Look at the storms, and then we'll get out of here. You too, Kagan. Probably not. After this front main line goes through, Open County, Tennessee, storm striking northwestern Tennessee. Heavy winds. I think after this first line goes through, then we're just kind of into the. I mean, you never know though. The severe thunderstorm watch is till 1 a.m. So who knows, buddy? If it gets stupid, yeah, I'll pop back on here or on my phone or something. Yeah, look at that. If you're watching the Weather Channel, storms, watches or warnings from the southern tip of Indiana, Paducah, Nashville, Huntsville, Tupelo, Starkville, Birmingham, Montgomery, Jackson, Macomb, Mobile, and New Orleans. All the way down through there. Hattiesburg. That's just crazy. It's a big line, boys. It's a big line of storms. Hey, if anybody does get any other input on that boom heard over in the Camp Atterbury area, message me. You too, Kagan. Night, sir. Send me a message on that. Be curious what they find out, if they find out anything. Like I said, it might have been some yahoos in the woods with tannerite having a good time, which tends to happen. All right, what time is it? Got about 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes, and we'll call it a night. At the top, the even hour for me. That'll be coming up on 9 o'clock when they suspect the storms. Let me look at our radar. Exactly. Me Glance at our radar real quick. Yeah, it's showing thunderstorms all the way till 4 a.m. now. But all right. They are getting much closer. There's a pretty big line of halfway decent rain and storms probably knocking at the edge of the county now. Or at least getting close. Yeah, they're just coming through the Terre Haute area now. So, and with storms out in front of it, they're getting here. Hopefully it's not going to be anything stupid here. We don't need stupid storms tonight. Yeah, it's a pretty big puff. All right, you guys, be safe. Charge your phones. Keep an eye on your radar. Oh, I'm 2 minutes early. Watch your radar. Check on your friends and family. You'd be surprised how many people do not pay any attention to this stuff. And then you're like, hey, we got bad storms coming up. Oh, I was going to go out and work on my roof. Well, that's in New Orleans. Love you guys. Have a safe night. If anything major pops up tonight, we'll be back on here. Hopefully it'll be a quiet evening, just some rain. Springtime storms move through and we'll be okay. What is today? Wednesday? I don't think we have anything. Might be getting another couple people on here next couple of nights we're working on. So love you guys. Thank you so much. Be safe. We'll see you soon.